So, what if an entire film career, we're talking 5 decades, was really just an attempt to answer one single question? Well, for the legendary German director Wim Wenders, that's pretty much exactly what it's been. Let's dive into the journey of a filmmaker who spent his life chasing down an answer to one of the biggest questions there is. How do you live? And hey, don't just take my word for it. Wenders himself said it. This isn't just some recurring theme in his movies. It's the engine driving everything. From his restless road movies to documentaries about artists, this one question has been the invisible script for every single film he's ever made. It is the absolute core of his work. Okay, so after 50 years of asking this question, you'd hope he'd have an answer, right? Well, his most recent film, Perfect Days, finally gives us one. And let me tell you, it is not what you might expect, especially if you know his early work. It's an answer he found not on some grand journey, but somewhere way, way closer to home. To really understand that answer, we gotta go back a bit. We first have to understand the man who spent a lifetime asking the question in the first place. So picture this. It's Germany, 1945. World War II has just ended. That's when Wenders is born. And he didn't start out wanting to be a filmmaker, not even close. He actually studied medicine and philosophy, then moved to Paris to become a painter. But in Paris, he found his real obsession, the cinema. I'm talking watching 5 movies in a single day, obsessed. He quickly became a key figure in what was called the New German Cinema, developing this signature style full of wandering, alienated characters just trying to find their place in the world. And that theme of searching, oh yeah, it was baked in from day one. I mean, his early films are completely defined by characters who just can't seem to stay still. In the mid-70s, he just cranks out these 3 films, bam, 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 back to back. They became known as his road movie trilogy. You got a journalist, a writer, a repairman, they're all on the move, drifting through these stark landscapes. But here's the crucial thing to get about Wenders. The destination is never the point. For him, the search itself, that's the story. And this focus gives us his signature character, the searcher. You know this person. They're restless, a little lost, maybe trying to outrun something they can't see or find a connection they can't even name. But the thing is, in these early movies, as Wenders himself has pointed out, the searchers are always seeking, but they never really find what they're looking for. The answer is always just over the horizon, just out of reach. All right, let's jump forward to the 1980s, because this is where Wenders absolutely breaks through on the world stage. He makes 2 masterpieces that take this whole theme of searching and turn it into this profound way of seeing the world itself. Just look at the incredible contrast between his 2 most famous films. On one hand, you have Paris, Texas, this sun-scorched, luminous vision of the American West, all about a man trying to piece his broken past back together. And then, on the complete other hand, you have Wings of Desire, this beautiful black and white poem to Berlin, seen through the eyes of angels who just want to feel what it's like to be human. I mean, 2 totally different worlds, but both are about a deep, fundamental search. And this visual contrast is where Wenders tells the deeper story. See, for him, black and white isn't just a style choice, it's a whole perspective. In Wings of Desire, that's the timeless, spiritual world of the angels. They see, but they don't feel. And then, when color finally bursts onto the screen, whoa! It's this explosion into the sensory world, the taste of coffee, the feeling of being cold, the sight of your own blood. It's the messy, vibrant, beautiful reality of being human. So after becoming a master of fiction, you'd think he'd stick with it, right? Nope. Wenders' search takes another turn. He starts to point his camera away from his own imagined searchers and towards the real lives and art of others. And man, he became an incredible documentarian. Think about the shift here. Instead of creating characters who were searching for something, he started witnessing the lives of people who had already found it, in their music, in their dance, in their photography, in their art. It was a huge change. It's like a light bulb went off, and he realized that maybe the answer to how to live wasn't in some endless journey, but in the dedicated practice of a craft. He was exploring his lifelong question through their passion. And that brings us all the way up to his most recent work. It's fascinating because he released 2 films in the same year that feel like the 2 opposite poles of his entire career. Wenders himself put it perfectly. His documentary Anselm is about abundance, the vast, relentless, almost overwhelming creative genius of an artist wrestling with history. But Perfect Days, that's about reduction. It's about a man who has stripped his life down to its simplest, most essential parts. One film confronts a dark past,
The other fully, beautifully embraces the present. And right there, in that simple embrace of the present, we finally find the answer he's been looking for all this time. The main character, Hirayama, he's not a searcher. He's nothing like those guys in the early road movies. He's not looking for anything. Why? Because he has already found it, simply by paying attention, by seeing the world that's right there in front of him.
I mean, Hirayama's daily routine is almost like a meditation. He wakes up, he waters his plants, he listens to old cassette tapes, he does his job cleaning toilets with this incredible dignity and care. He notices the sunlight through the trees. Wenders shows us this quiet, attentive life, not as some boring compromise, but as a profound achievement. After a lifetime of films about searching, the answer was presence. This is how to live.
And you know, what's really amazing is that this journey didn't just happen on screen. It transformed Wenders himself. He said he started out as a real loner, making films about other loners. But through the very act of making films, of connecting with people, with artists, with the world, he found his own connection. He wasn't a loner anymore.
So this all leaves us with a final thought, really. Wenders' journey suggests that maybe the answer to life's biggest question isn't found in some grand epic search out on the open road. Maybe it's found in our smallest, most ordinary daily rituals. So that makes me wonder, what are the ordinary things that would make up your perfect day?